In this video, we're going to talk about devices. Now, a device is basically any piece of equipment used in your show, in your system. In this case, we're looking at the sound system, which I got to by clicking the sound discipline and sound system. Um, So a device could be an amplifier, a console, a microphone, a rack screw, an XLR, a surround, a cable crate, anything inside your show. So when I look at a device, I give it a name and I select a model from my equipment catalog. Now I can click these three buttons and it'll bring up the equipment catalog. This is what it's going to print when it prints out your list to people. You know, who made it, what department it's in. It's going to filter by department. And then I put it on an equipment list. The idea being that I'm going to sort of keep a list of where I got this equipment. Let's say I have two rental lists, and this is going to be a purchase list. It's going to create a new list. Let's say this actually I'm borrowing. So we'll create a new list for borrow. Now, you can also give a little description of this device. Over here, it shows if this device is an accessory of another device, which it's not in this case. On more screen resolution, you would see more of this, but I've got it on a pretty tiny resolution for this video. So over here, I can say what location it's at. So, and this is a growing list as you build your show. Now, if I accidentally type PID in and that's not right, the way I can change that is by highlighting it all and deleting it. Then I put every device in a box. If you're doing a tour, you'll want to know how to box your equipment up. If you're, in a theater, you might just want to keep track of what's in your rack at front of house and your rack backstage. Now I can put a device in a box, put a box in the truck, and figure out my truck pack order. Or I can put a device directly into a truck. So we'll just create a new truck. And if it's in the truck, it can't be in a box. Pretty logical, I think. So with label type, that comes from your equipment catalog. So right now, my label type for an SK50 is none. So I'm going to give it the large, which will mean every time I use an SK50, I'm going to print out large labels for it. Now if I look down here, this is where I can type in settings for this device. I can do accessories for this device. So let's say like this mic, it's probably better if I use a KM184 on a read. So if I come down here, here are my accessories for the KM184. So I might need, let's say, an XLR. We'll do an XLR 100 footer. Now notice it automatically puts the name, the same list, in the same box down in the accessories. So now I can have a 25-foot XLR, and let's say we'll do an MS a mic stand, MS-12C. So there's my mic stand. Now, my mic stand is not going to go in the same box as my XLRs, obviously. That would, or my mics. Let's say we'll put that in box B for now. Now, if I go up to the parent, this KM184, see how it's added my stuff up here as well? If I change this to box, a new box, we'll put it all in box B, then you'll see that down below, all the accessories now are moved to box B. Now, I'm actually going to create a new box, box C. So, if I look at my read, everything's in box B. Well, let's say this needs to go to box A, my mic stand. Well, now I'm going to move the parent. Let's say the parent wants to go to box C. So once I do that, everything, every accessory that's in the same box moves with it. See how this stayed in box A? The same holds true for equipment lists, for name. If I change the name up here to read low, see it changes everywhere. Um, if you need to change the name back, uh, what you do is you go to the end of it, backspace, and hit delete, and that gets rid of your name. So that's pretty much your devices and your accessories. Now devices can be put in directly into this table, or as I've shown in an earlier video, I can go to my cast and I can put devices directly in here. I can also go to my musicians and mic up my musician from here. So here's my read low, and see how the accessories are right here. So now I can see how I've mic'd up this individual. If I go back to my sound system, now that I have some stuff in here, I can start, let's say, once you get going, you're going to have, hundreds of pieces of information in here. So it's all about how to view it. Well, I want to view parents. So this is stuff that has accessories, okay? Or that it's not an accessory, is the way I should put it. So here's my entire system. Let's say I want to see everything by location. Well, pit. Here's everything that's in the pit right now. Let's say I want to see everything by manufacturer. Well, I've used Neumann mics, so here are my Neumann mics. If I want to see model numbers, where's everyone KM184 in the system? Or if I want to see everything by box, here's box B. So it's very quick to just jump around and see how your systems, where things are in your system. In the next session, we'll talk more about these other tabs here. Now, another thing I'll show you is this Add to System. If you want to add several devices to your system at once, just click the Add to System. Now, this is your equipment catalog, and let's say we want to add, something made by AKG. So here are all my AKG mics, and I could scroll through here. We'll just say we want a C393B. I can put 4 of those in my system. Let's say I want, 2 of those. And see, I can sort this. So I can say, oh, there's my D112. I want 1 of those. And I could go through here. Let's look for amplifiers. Let's look for, I can, like, any way I can find stuff in here. Let's say I want, this Ashley. So I'm building this list of all this stuff I want to add. And when I've got everything put in here, I just click Add Devices, and it pops it in. And it just gives it a name that's equal to whatever device it is. So now that I've done that, I can go back, rename my piece of equipment, and it's now in the show.